Do you ever catch yourself wondering, after all these years, all these challenges, heartbreaks and sudden joys, how much of your experience is shaped by what goes on inside your mind? We carry memories, beliefs and ancient patterns as if they are carved in stone. And yet, with all the wisdom gathered over 6 or 7 decades, we know that life can shift in a moment with a fresh perspective. Today, let's explore a powerful truth. Much of our suffering and our potential for peace lies all in the mind. And yes, even now, we can change. No matter our age. In fact, this is the perfect time because we bring the clarity of long experience. Let's rise above the pain. Let's do it together. The first insight is the realization that thoughts are not always facts. This sounds simple, but it carries profound freedom. Over a lifetime, you have weathered storms and celebrated sunrises. You've likely had anxious thoughts about your children, your health, or the state of the world. It's easy to let these worries take root. But here's the truth. A thought is not a prophecy. It's just a cloud passing across the sky of consciousness. When you notice a troubling thought, ask yourself, is this actually true, or is it just a habit of the mind, repeating an old story? By stepping back and questioning your thoughts, you create space for peace. Each day, try taking 3 minutes, perhaps over your morning coffee, to gently observe your thoughts, as you would watch birds at a feeder. No need to chase or judge them. Simply let them come and go. Secondly, let's consider the role of acceptance in rising above suffering. In earlier decades, many of us were taught to grit our teeth and push through hard times. But now we have the chance to respond differently. Acceptance is not giving up. It's making peace with what is. For example, say you live with ongoing aches, perhaps arthritis in your hands. You could fight it, resent it, bemoan the unfairness, but it remains. Or you can choose acceptance. This is here. How can I coexist with this pain without letting it rule my every moment? Acceptance doesn't erase the discomfort, but it dissolves the extra layer of suffering we add by resisting. To practice this, the next time you notice frustration rising over a limitation or loss, pause and take a deep breath. Say to yourself, this is how things are right now. How can I care for myself in this moment? This little pivot in the mind is sometimes all that's needed to soften the suffering. Now, think for a moment. How do you respond to your own pain? Do you criticize yourself or offer the same kindness you'd give a dear friend? This brings us to our third key insight: nurturing self-compassion. After a lifetime spent caring for others, it's easy to overlook your own needs or to judge yourself for feeling blue or overwhelmed. But evidence shows that people who treat themselves kindly bounce back from setbacks with greater resilience. Self-compassion is not indulgence. It's an act of courage, a wise stance earned from years of caring. So when you feel yourself struggling, try placing a hand gently over your heart and reminding yourself, it's okay to feel this way. I deserve comfort too. Make this a daily ritual, perhaps before sleep, as a way of honoring yourself. The fourth insight is the power of perspective. Have you noticed how time sharpens what truly matters? A disagreement that seemed monumental 30 years ago now appears small and insignificant in the rear-view mirror. The gift of perspective is knowing which battles to fight and which to let pass. Here's a comparison. Imagine 2 people facing the same setback. A friend ceases contact without explanation. One person obsesses over what went wrong, replaying conversations for months. The other acknowledges the hurt, wonders briefly, but then redirects her attention to relationships that bring warmth. By using perspective, the second person shields herself from unnecessary suffering. When faced with disappointment, ask yourself, will this matter in a year What would my wiser self say about this? With each choice, you fine-tune your ability to rise above passing pain. If you get value from what we have presented, please like and subscribe to help us grow our channel, Ageless Intuition. Our fifth insight is simple, but not always easy. Returning attention to the present moment. It's tempting, as the years pass, to live in memory or in anticipation, replaying past mistakes or worrying about what may come. But our only true life is here, in this moment. Research and ancient wisdom alike suggest that the present can be a sanctuary, even when circumstances are difficult. Try this simple action. The next time you're washing the dishes, walking in your garden, or sitting by a window, pay careful attention to your senses, the warmth of the water, the texture of the earth, the color of the sky. Each time you catch your mind wandering, kindly return it to what's right in front of you. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to find refuge in the now. Let's pause here for a moment. What has helped you navigate pain in your own life? I invite you to reflect, perhaps share in the comments. Our community of lifelong learners is made richer by hearing your hard-won wisdom. The sixth insight touches on connection. Even for the most independent soul, relationships shape our well-being. It's not just about having companions, but about choosing and cultivating relationships that nourish us. After all, friendship at this stage of life can look quite different from our younger years. Maybe your social circle has changed. Maybe it's smaller. The key is the quality, not the quantity of these bonds. Make a point to reach out to someone whose company uplifts you, even if just for a brief phone call or note. Or consider joining a book group, an online discussion forum, or a local club, wherever you feel seen and valued. Investing in even one or two meaningful connections can provide a buffer against loneliness and help us rise above life's inevitable struggles. Our seventh insight is about purpose. Having goals and projects infuses each day with meaning, no matter the scale. Sometimes after retirement or major life changes, we question our relevance or feel adrift. Yet, purpose doesn't have to be grand. It can be as gentle as tending plants, recording family stories, volunteering, or learning something new. Consider a friend who, after retiring from a busy career, felt at a loss. At first, he tried to fill days with endless errands, which left him bored and dissatisfied. Eventually, he chose to teach his grandchildren how to paint, a skill he'd cherished but never had time to share. This sense of purpose not only brightened his days, but also forged a special legacy. What small project or interest could you nurture? Jot down one idea and begin today, even if just in a small way. Finally, the eighth insight, embracing change itself. It's understandable to feel hesitant. After all, the older we get, the more we may value stability. Yet, you know from experience that growth doesn't end. It simply changes form. Reflect on the changes you've already navigated. Perhaps you've moved cities, bid farewell to loved ones, or embraced new technology. Each transition, however bittersweet, carries the seed of renewal. To rise above suffering, adopt a stance of curiosity toward change. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try, "What is life inviting me to learn or experience now?" This shift moves you from feeling like a victim to recognizing your agency. As a practical step, choose one new thing this week to explore: a book, a recipe, a walking path, even if it feels small. Each time you embrace change, you strengthen the muscles of resilience and openness. If you found value in our exploration, take a moment to like and subscribe. It helps us grow Ageless Intuition and keeps our community thriving. You have lived through decades of triumphs and challenges, of loves and losses, and the wisdom you carry now is precious, not only for you, but for those who follow in your footsteps. These insights, the understanding that thoughts are not facts, that acceptance can soften pain, that self-compassion is strength, that perspective brings relief, that presence is a gift, that connection sustains, that purpose fuels us, and that change is an opportunity. Each one is a tool to further enrich this remarkable chapter of life. Remember, you are not alone. You are part of a community walking this path together, sharing stories and lifting each other up. I hope you'll continue the conversation with us and with those closest to you, sharing your challenges and your triumphs. Thanks for watching. Tap that like button and subscribe. If this brought you joy today, we're growing thanks to wonderful folks like you. Wishing you a peaceful day, wrapped in warmth and love.